Hi, I'm John Carlson, and this is my porch here in Cambridge, New York. And it's an interesting story of this porch. When I first moved to this to town, one of the things I really loved was this porch, and one of the things that made us want to buy this house was this porch. And at the time, my wife and I were taking care of my godfather, who is aged and actually was having a bout with kidney cancer, and we moved in right just before Christmas time, so it was still cold, but we would sit inside looking out through the big windows here onto this porch, and we always had these fantasies of sitting on the porch, and he loved just watching the world go by out the window. It just was such a great fantasy to have him sit on the porch and experience the world go by. And he's a very gregarious guy, so he would be having conversations with everyone. He'd say hello to the mail lady and things like that. So unfortunately, he passed away before the spring of that year and never did get to enjoy the outside of the porch. But about a year later, there was a small problem with the decking. There was some soft wood, and we wanted to replace that. So I got a good friend of mine, Peacemaker, is his trail name from hiking the Appalachian Trail.
Oh, wow.
And that's where I met him. And he came and started working on fixing just a few boards on this porch. And when he cut away the old boards, he cut through this one of the parts of the board that was rotten, that was actually still holding up this whole section. So this whole section fell about 8 inches. And then when we opened it up, we saw all this other rotten wood and realized that we needed to do something. So I got my drafting pencil out and started designing the porch that you see here now. And one of the interesting things about it is that I really love woodworking, and I love wood, and I love the sense of wood. I love the color, the texture, the touch of wood. And so I really wanted to do that. I also love boats, and I felt like, I'm never going to have a boat. It just isn't. It's not going to work into my life this time around. But I could have a porch that felt like a boat.
Oh.
So that was a little bit of the inspiration for this porch. And now in the summertime, my wife Katie and I and friends love to sit here at this table and enjoy the world going by, and being close to the world going by, so interacting with people. And in this day and age where we spend so much of our time with our heads buried in laptop computers on the internet, it's really nice to be out in the air and actually having real Facebook time with real people. So the porch affords that, and I think in a lot of ways, that's what porches were. They were the communication center for communities, especially a community like this in Cambridge. And I think in the last 40 years or so, that's really changed, and people don't use their porches as much because of getting in cars and driving away. People walked a lot more. Although here in Cambridge, a lot of people do walk, so we do get to see a lot of people and have that very kind of intimate time, that's neighborly intimate time with people. And I really liked it. If you would have told me, 8 years ago, when I was living not in town, that I would love living in town, I would have said you were crazy. There's no way I wanted to live in town. But having this porch and having the experiences that I've had here really have made this an important part of my life.
Fantastic.